Full circle. There's also things that you might not want, but lucky for me, things weren't going my way for a very, very, very long time. One thing that did go my way was getting a degree, but back then I was unemployed. When I finally did get employment, full time all year round, it was 5 years later, and it didn't have anything to do with what I had studied, and it was a minimum pay rate job. Well, as of tomorrow will be the 16th. It's going to be a tight pay week, a tight week for me financially, but that's right. And then back onto it the week after. And that's because tomorrow is my last payment to pay up for this, much was it, $7,600 a month for a whole year. So, yeah, 7,000 something. 593, so 7,000, and so 600 would be 7,200. Well, here's the thing. I've got until November to do it, but I sat the exam. Not the first time I've sat it, and I had to get said 90% to pass, and I got 78%. That's all right, because as of tomorrow, it's already paid up financially, and not only is it paid up financially, but the full circle is, as I know I'm already in stable employment. It's going to be paid up tomorrow, and nothing's going to stop me. I mean, I know that I'm going to get somehow. I mean, I know how I got my plans. I'm just not going to put on here because I know I don't like sounding. I don't like sounding paranoid, but I'm not. And I'm chilled out, and relaxed, and stuff. I just know that there are those who do watch my emails. So that means that if they're really meticulously watching, then through that email they can see all the jobs I'm applying for. But you know what? I haven't let it stop me in the past. Yeah, they may have sabotaged me and stuff. But that's not everything. But you know, because you know the high majority of employers, you get a lot of denials before you get a yes. So I know for a fact that it's not going to stop me from getting double the amount as the average person, you know, job where I'm getting that, you know, and then where I can do some study or something whilst I'm working in the job, and then within the next year or whatever it is, next year, up it to getting triple the amount as your average person. And I say that because it was always not all average people were doing it to me, but everyone who did ever get in my face and say stuff, you know, others just ignored me because they pretty much didn't realize that some people didn't realize I existed, and then some just, you know, oh yeah, you know what I mean? And then there was my select few friends, right? And then there was the ones who would go out of their way to say mean things and do mean things and set up situations so that I would get sabotaged because of their connections. And they're all average people. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that those who are higher earners or CEOs or anything or managers can't do it. I like to give benefit of the doubt until it happens to me. Once it happens, I learn my lesson because I just don't want to be a cold-hearted person. I mean, I'm strong enough to know that I'm going to get to these places, and that's why. You know, especially being autistic and ADHD. You know, when people are just not satisfied with their lives, they look for someone to take it out on. And from my experience, the majority of people like to kick what they perceive to be down, because for me, it doesn't mean human value. It's just adaptation. It is the way the world is, and if I want to live the life that I want to live, and if I want to be encouragement and an inspiration to people like me to realize they can do it too, and if I want to be able to attract a high quality woman, what I mean by high quality is just someone who's loyal, someone I find physically attractive, and someone who's loyal, not with their words, but you know, you'll soon see with their actions. And of course, you take a look at their dating history, if they've cheated on partners in the past, you know, if they're gold diggers, all that type of thing. If they've had boyfriends and those other boyfriends have been proven to be abusive, and there's absolute proof for it, that's one reason to leave. Pretty much the only reason, unless they're just bums and didn't want to go anywhere in life, and they wanted to go places and the other guy didn't, so they're holding them back, and then they turned abusive because of those reasons. So yeah, full circle, just letting you guys know that nothing's going to stop me. I am going to still. It's, you know, I just feel it that way. You know, I got my degree back in 2010. I got my national certificate in 2014. Graduated high school, and I'm sure it'll amount to something. Maybe just helped me with my character, but none of it led anywhere. So now that fell apart with my studies with cybersecurity, because only 2 weeks. What is it? 2 weeks until November. And I have to wait for 2 weeks in order to get the exam voucher. So, you know, because that's what happens. To have another go. So, and there's 7 courses, and I sat through I watched all the classes, I took all my notes, but you can't go onto the exam for the second one and onwards unless you pass the first one, and the first one is 90%. They didn't say that when I first joined, so that was my mistake for not asking. I automatically assumed it was going to be 50%, and that if that was the case, I would have passed them all by now. But it's 90%, and so on my third attempt, I got 78%. You know what? And you know what? I was single for the most of the time during my 20s. I had a 9-month relationship, and one other that lasted 3 months. And the rest, you know, I mean, we had 1 or 2 dates with a woman or something, and didn't go further. So, you know, but that really was a rare thing too. So full circle, you know, I'm going to get the ideal woman I want, because I'm going to bring a lot to the table. She's going to bring her good past, you know, of loyalty and respect, and she's going to bring her personality of loyalty and respect, and she's going to bring her good looks, and she's not going to want to get with me for the money, because the money would just be an option to give our family a good life. And I'm going to get a job with double the amount as the average person, 6-figure, and I can do some study to get me up to triple the amount. And I know for a fact no one can stop me. And yes, it took the 10 minutes because my brain said, take advantage. See you.